Sup, guys?
Hey.
Extra Innings, episode 3. What was it, episode 43? Is that what we did?
Yeah, episode 43. We just...
Majors Live.
That happened.
Yep. Majors Live, episode 43. We talked about a lot of stuff. It was a really good show. Not to toot our own horns, but I thought it was pretty good.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
I'll toot our horns all day, man.
We talked about Rich Rod a lot.
Yeah.
We're from Michigan, so it's a huge story.
It's huge everywhere.
No, it is. It is. I mean, it was top story on Yahoo, even though it is officially, it's false. He's not fired yet. Chances, there's like a 95% chance he probably will be fired within the next day or two, but not as of yet. He still is the coach of the Michigan Wolverines. Whatever. Well, you'll hear about it soon enough. But we talked about that a lot. Just the different angles of it, or if Jim Harbaugh is going to come here.
A lot of NCAA.
Yes. Oh, a ton of NCAA.
This episode, yeah.
Makes sense. It's bowl season.
For sure.
The never-ending bowl season. There's still games for another,
3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
But another week, national championship games.
Ohio State was playing while the show was going on with their 5 players, which we talked a lot about today.
Yes, we did talk a lot about that. They are kicking Arkansas's butt right now, by the way. But we did talk about the suspension or lack thereof of several players for selling their goods and trading in autographs for tattoos, which I'm sure will look fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
As most tattoos on athletes do. Hopefully maybe, you know what? Maybe Terrell Pryor is getting his golden pants tattooed on his body.
That's why he could sell them.
He can't sell that.
That's true.
Oh, man.
Or Kenny.
Well,
if anyone could sell it, it's Terrell Pryor.
Him.
That dude can sell anything.
Yep. He'll just walk in and be like, check, it's my wrist. $80.
That,
I'm thirsty.
All those touchdown passes, this arm through them. $100. Who wants it?
He obviously
wants it.
He has low self-esteem because he doesn't think his stuff is worth very much.
No, he doesn't.
Golden pants, I think you could get at least $10,000 for those, especially if they're Terrell Pryor's golden pants.
Dude he must needed the money.
Yeah.
I don't know, who knows? It's just his buddies were like, man, we're broke.
We need to go out.
We're all in college. What should we do? Yeah, anybody got anything to sell? I was like, no.
We got these pants.
There's that Cash for Gold place up the street. Anybody got any trinkets or anything?
Did they ever say who he sold it to?
No, they didn't.
Did they melt them down immediately?
Yeah.
Probably not.
I want to know who wanted it, really.
I wouldn't want them.
I have got to have Terrell Pryor Sportsmanship Award yesterday. I need that. I need it so bad.
Yeah, you think the dude who has that looks at it, feels like crap, or if he's like, man,
I felt kind of dumb when I paid $1,000 for this, but now it's such big news. It's like I think I could sell it for $1,200.
I picture me like meeting him behind a Denny's or something like that.
Yeah, you got the cash?
Yeah. I'm starving, please.
You got the cash? I got the Sportsmanship Award.
I
got the Sportsmanship Award. I got the cash. Starving, man. Starving. But I'm feeling woozy because I got all these tattoos. Need some food.
But, so, we talked about that a lot. Rich Rod and that probably took...
Be a good sport and give me some money for this. Get it? Sorry.
That was probably the first hour and 10 minutes of our show today.
Had some great callers. So much good feedback this week, man.
Oh yeah, it's from San Diego. What was his name? Is it Tim from San Diego?
Tony.
Tony from San Diego.
Thank you. Andrew from Inside the Huddle.
Yeah, it's cool.
We had people blowing up our Facebook page and the text line today. Thanks a lot, everybody, for that.
Aaron Eggemeyer, of course, crashing the net. Always the expert of anything hockey related.
Kicking our butt Bob Probert style when it comes to just killer hockey now.
We were Ty Domi in the second fight.
Oh my god, were we ever? Troy Crowder up in here.
But we talked about the Winter Classic that happened on New Year's Day in Pittsburgh. And we also previewed Grouty Radio, which is coming back full force starting
Thursday, 8 o'clock. Yep. You can see us again.
Hear us.
Yeah,
you can see us too.
Yeah. We'll be doing something like this.
Yeah, those are very similar to this, yes.
Yeah. Artifact, Diggler, Goof Juice, all back. and better than ever.
Yep, Season 7. Oh, yeah, back for Season 7.
Season 7, Episode 1.
Yes.
One of the first 100 podcasts.
It was on iTunes, yep.
Do you think we should discuss the topic that the boss gave us
Yeah.
today? Maybe. Should college athletes stay in school for 4 years or jump to the pros at first chance? What do you think, Nicholas?
It depends on the sport. With the way football and basketball are not right now, I think you're crazy to stay in school, honestly.
I agree.
And I hate to say that because I used to be, when I was younger, I used to be adamantly.
It was different then.
No, it was different. It was different. Even 15 years ago, it was completely different. But, and I mean, things are going to change with the way the NFL Players Association and the NFL are clashing heads right now. And same with basketball's in major turmoil. But, especially over the last 5 or 6 years, you're crazy to stay.
Sure.
Because why would you stay if you can sign a $41 million signing bonus? That's insane.
I really respect the nobility of somebody that wants to stay and finish their degree.
Yeah.
But honestly, I mean, you're crazy. I mean, it's
nuts.
I take the money and run, for God's sakes. You're talking about, more money than you'll ever make, in the profession you're going for, and you can always go back to college.
Yeah,
and
you'll be able to
go back
afford
to college.
it.
Like a Shaq. I mean, you can always go back to school. I mean, you're at this point, you're 20 years old, 21 years old. Go make your money now. Play the sport you love while you can play it. You can only play the sport when you're young. You can get your degree later. I mean, you're crazy not to take that money.
Yeah.
I mean, and is there anything sadder than an athlete that decides they're going to do the right thing?
Oh, no,
stay
I know.
in school, then get injured their senior year, and now they can't play. I mean, an injury can happen in any sport at any time. They could end your career right then. So, by all means, take the money and run. I mean, you're crazy not to.
I think in certain sports, like hockey and baseball, a lot of these guys, it's different because a lot of these guys don't go to college to play these sports anyway, especially in hockey. You play in junior leagues, and you play in junior leagues when you're like 15, 16 years old. So I think it really does pertain mainly to basketball.
No, this is a basketball and football.
Yeah, I think it basically is because hockey and baseball are so totally different.
College isn't really where they even grab their cream.
No. I mean, they do grab some, but no, there's so many other places. I mean, especially baseball, they look outside of the U.S. most of the time.
Minor leagues and other countries.
Yeah, exactly.
So much, which that's minimal in basketball and football, especially football. I mean, football, you come from college.
Definitely.
Except for a handful of people that they find in grocery stores, but.
Oh no, and not even knocking hockey players. Hockey players that's not an education sport. That's not an educated sport. You've been doing this probably, since you were 8 years old, and I mean, most of these kids they sign when they're like 15 years old.
Sure, yeah. I mean, they're
into the league at
they're playing
17,
semi-pro hockey at age 16.
Yeah, exactly.
Learn taking class on the road or something, or going to school and playing at night, or that's a lot. I mean, here in the Detroit area, we see that a ton.
Oh God,
people playing minor league hockey when they're 16 years old.
And who knows what's going to happen with the collective bargaining agreement with the NFL. That is one of the major things. Roger Goodell just wrote a, fan-wide email yesterday to everyone talking about his stance on everything. And one of the major points he had was saying that it is ridiculous that we are paying this much money for unproven players. And, I mean, that was one of his major sticking points, so it's obvious that this is one of the things that they are going to crack down on. I happen to agree with it. I think it's ridiculous that these guys who are great in college, but college isn't the pros, I think it's ridiculous that someone like Michael Crabtree can just hold out. And he's never done anything. He did nothing, and he had all the power. He could decide when he wanted to play. I mean, which to me is ridiculous. You're paying these guys $40 million, and they haven't done anything.
Yeah,
they can get hurt in game one, and their career's over with.
You say that college players don't get paid, yet constantly you see a college player make a play in a big game and think, oh, he just made $5 million.
Oh, absolutely.
Because somebody is going to now take a chance on him that they wouldn't have taken in the past.
So who knows what's going to happen in the next couple months with both those sports because things are going to change.
But then again, what else do they have to judge by?
No, exactly.
That really is
the
only thing they have to judge by.
It's a hard question. But anyways, we
Andrew Luck, we should mention.
No.
This is probably the premier player right now that is being talked about,
and he's still got, is it 2 more years? technically, because he's a junior, but I think they redshirted him. So
yeah, he could play, I believe, 2 more years. But I mean, talking about a guy who I would consider to be pro ready. Right
oh
now.
yeah, the way
I mean,
he played the other night was unbelievable.
you know, you say this about very few college
Mhm.
players, but I mean, I think Andrew Luck could play in the NFL next week.
Yeah, he could.
If he had to. You know,
Perhaps for the Seattle Seahawks, because they could use a quarterback.
yeah,
But
for sure. No, but Andrew Luck, I mean, he goes to Stanford too. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, you know, a smart kid, very, you know, going for a great education, and you know, maybe in his specific case, he is thinking. You know, sure, I could go get my degree, but will I get it from Stanford? Will I, you know, and that is a tough question for him. And this, you know, a potential looming,
lockout.
you know, lockout
Yeah.
for the NFL next year, you know, is, you
Do
know,
you
something
stay?
that, you know, is exclusive to this year's draft class or potential draft class. But I mean, still, even with a guy like Andrew Luck, take
That's
the
hard.
money, man. You know. It's all right.
Especially, they'll sign him. He'll get his money before the season.
Sure,
so
I mean,
think
and
it's kind of
Stanford will still
so
love
tough,
you.
but- Oh
You know,
God,
I mean,
yeah,
He's a smart guy, and he'll,
absolutely.
you know, but do the smart thing. Take the money, because I mean, how horrible would it be to see Andrew Luck get injured playing
no, I
in the
know.
bowl game next year for Stanford when he could have made the money? I know you can take out an insurance policy, but we don't.
It's not the same.
It's not the
It's
same.
not the
It's
same.
really- it's not the same.
But there still is a couple bowl games left next week. We'll still have the national championship game to talk about because I believe it is on the 10th. And NFL playoffs start this Saturday. So we got Saints versus Seahawks, Jets, Colts, Ravens, Chiefs, and Packers versus the Eagles. So we'll still have plenty to talk about with the NFL. So catch us next week, next Tuesday, 8:30, same time, same channel. Nothing's changed there. So thanks for watching. I'm Nicholas. This is Squirrel. And we'll see you next week.
See ya.